Having recently binged the entire series of Blue Lock within less than a week, I then went out to the cinema today and finally saw Blue Lock, the movie, episode Nagi, but Blue Lock, episode Nagi, in IMAX, in the biggest screen possible, the best sound possible, with the best nachos ever from the cinema. And this is about Seishiro Nagi, who is a character in Blue Lock, but it's his tale about before Blue Lock and entering into it. And what did I think? I think that this is pretty good, but I wasn't a fan of the post credit. Let me explain why. Stick around. Hello everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the channel and thank you so much for taking your own time out to check out this review. My name is Mike and yes, this is an IMAX review for Blue Lock episode Nagi. Now firstly, let me just say this. I've only ever experienced IMAX once before this out, and so this is my second ever experience. The first time was the movie The Batman. Now when it came to IMAX, I was wondering, okay, well how is this really going to enhance Blue Lock? Well, let me just say this. Every whistle before, during and after a game, every kick of the ball, it was amplified by a magnitude in terms of the sound design, which I think the IMAX experience really helped with that in the best possible way. And that's where I felt the most difference with the IMAX experience, and the subtitles were a little bit more clearer and more defined in terms of the text. But that was kind of about it in terms of the IMAX, where this really propelled in terms of being shown. Because if you saw this on a regular screening, I still think it's going to do a really great job. It's going to do a capable job of exactly what you're going to get. But the IMAX, I will give praise, the sound was absolutely emphatic, and it really helped elevate and add to those moments in football, what they call it soccer, where it really is hard hitting. Now I, as I said, recently just explored Blue Lock. It was recommended to my friend by Alex, his name is, and he said, Mike, you should really check out Blue Lock. So I did, and I absolutely loved it. The anime series is absolutely terrific, and we follow a character called Izuki in the anime. However, when it comes to Blue Lock episode Nagi, we focus on Seishiro Nagi, who is a character in Blue Lock, but we get his perspective before he goes in, and then also while he's in the Blue Lock project. Now we also do follow Micheal, however you say the name, and these two are basically best friends, and we see part of that in the original anime, but this explores the friendship a little bit more further and also a little bit more in depth and redefined in this movie spin-off, whatever you want to call it. And I definitely will say that that is definitely developed pretty well. I like the extra footage we see, even inside of the Blue Lock scenes that we get in the original anime. Some of them are further expanded upon. We get some extra dialogue, we get some extra like scenes or two, which have probably been pulled from the manga at this point, I'm guessing. And I liked seeing the added extra content into what I already know from binging the series. Now if you're wondering, well Mike, can I go into this and I've never seen the anime before, could I actually take a punt on this and give this a try? Yeah, you can, because this does explain in a 90-minute runtime basically where season 1 ended up to, but also the start to get to that end point. This does a okay job at doing that. Now when I say okay, it covers pretty much the bare bones and the meat and potatoes that you need to know, but it doesn't give you the full explanation as the 24 episode anime does. Now the animation, I would say it was fine, right? Now what I mean by that is it still looked great, don't get me wrong, but exactly how it looks on like say Crunchyroll, for example, where I watched the original anime series, in the IMAX experience, yeah, it was great to see this on the bigger screen, and I definitely give props to that, but the animation wasn't exactly improved massive amount or tenfold. There was maybe one or two scenes I thought, wow, this definitely looks better than the anime where I watched it on Crunchyroll. At the end of the day, it is well animated, so I didn't have any qualms myself, but just in terms of an IMAX experience, I don't think I got that extra value by seeing it in IMAX in that front, but more so the sound. in terms of where my negatives would falter with Blue Lock episode Nagi is, after having seen the original anime explores so much stuff that gives you the full meat on the bone, so to say, right? Like, it gives you all the rules, it tells you exactly what's going to happen. For example, there were certain parts where, like, the stages, they cut them out, or they did them in like a very quick montage, so anyone who is wondering, okay, well, how did we get from here, it's shown very quickly, so you don't get that full explanation, which of course I think this is kind of a whole point. If anyone wants to just want to start out, come back to the anime, or anyone who has seen the anime, this is just like kind of like more of an add-on filter to them. So in retrospective, it could work either way, but if you're like, say, a newcomer, it doesn't really add a lot besides a little bit of backstory to the actual anime itself. And also, my other negative would be the post-credit scene. Now, I'm wondering, and you might be wondering also, well, okay, how can a post-credit scene be that bad, right? So, before going into this, I read up, I was like, does Blue Lock episode Nagi have a post-credit scene? It said yes. I was like, okay, great. I'm going to be curious to what it is. So, I stuck around all the way up to the end. And the post-credit scene, I'm not going to ruin it for you guys who haven't seen it, but basically, it shows you what the outcome of season 2 or the third season or the next movie is going to be at the start of it. And I'm just like, well, hold on, here in the UK we've not had season 2 of Blue Lock yet, and in the end of season 1 it leads up to this finale where basically all the people that are left are going to have to face off to form a team of 11 to go against Japan under 20s team, right? That's the whole plot of the end of the first season. So that's where the second season is going to pick up, and of course we're going to have to follow who's going to qualify in that top 11. However, this post-credit scene shows you the 11 that qualify, and I was just like, why have we done this for? I haven't seen season 2. It's not here in the UK yet. Maybe in Japan it might be, but I was just like, why could have not cut that post-credit scene right at the end when it got released here in the UK, because it's been released in Japan for a good while now. Why could have not cut that post-credit scene? Worst case, just don't even involve a post-credit scene, and instead we've pretty much just gotten spoilers. Unless you've read the manga, you know what's already going to happen, but for people like me who haven't read it, it's pretty much a massive spoiler, and I just was like, you've let me down. You've let me down. My overall score for Blue Lock episode Nagi is a 3 out of 5. Have you seen this anime? Are you going to check out the anime? Are you going to check out the spin-off movie, this movie, whatever you want to call it? Are you going to check it out? Let me know down below in the comment section so we can continue the discussion down there. Give the thumbs up to the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel to check out more content. Big thanks to all my awesome patrons who help to support the channel. Really do appreciate it. You can join today from only £2 per month. In the meantime, click over here to check out more videos of mine that you may have missed. And until next time I see you guys, I'll be seeing you later.